Hello guys, it is your local hopeless historian, and today is June 6th, 2022. It is the 70th anniversary of what would become known as D-Day, the invasion of Normandy. The Normandy landings were the landing operations and associated airborne operations on June 6, 1944, a Tuesday, of the Allied invasion of Normandy in Operation Overlord during the Second World War, codenamed Operation Neptune, and is often referred to as D-Day. It was the largest seaborne invasion in history. The operation began the liberation of France and later on Western Europe, and laid the foundations of the Allied victory of the Western Front. And on this day, I take a lot of time to think of my family. I think of my grandfather, who served in the Second World War, who I got to spend all but the past 2 years with. I think of my grandmother, who had to flee Poland along with her family to escape the Nazis and to escape the death machine. And I think of where my family could have been if they had not been granted salvation in the United States. Today, we are going to be watching a video of two people. One is from the British Allied Forces and one is from the German forces meeting on Normandy Beach many, many decades later. Now, let's get into the video. It's a bit heavy, but as for the course.
This is the tale of two soldiers who have never met and who were supposed to kill each other 75 years ago.
Okay, this one's a bit old, it's 3 years old, but right here, what they're doing is they're putting silhouettes on the beach. They put about 9,000 silhouettes on the Normandy beach every year in commemoration. I don't know when they first did it, but it's to represent the lives that were lost during the invasion. I don't remember off the top of my head how many people lost their lives in the invasion of Normandy, but next year I am planning on taking a trip to this beach on or about the anniversary, the 79th anniversary, and I will absolutely see if I could partake in the creating of the silhouettes.
On this beach. One fighting for Führer and fatherland, Paul Goltz, aged 18 on D-Day. The other fighting for king and country, Harry Reid, barely a year older. You might know him by now. Harry Reid, 95 years old. Age didn't prevent him from jumping out of a plane yesterday, as he did 75 years ago in the first hours of the invasion. He spent most of his life working for the Salvation Army. Forgiveness was virtually written into his
Pretty
contract.
badass.
And yet when we spoke to him recently about meeting Paul, the German soldier, he was cautious.
I'm not sure what I'm going to say to him. I'm going to have to think about it. But I do know this. I will accept him. I will accept him. How can I be at odds with somebody? I can't, can I? I can't. It's just not on. And whatever words are needing, they will come. They will come.
And then Paul Goltz, 94. He spent yesterday at the German War Cemetery in Normandy, a somber place of black stone crosses.
I personally, I don't know if I will always mourn the death of those who were forced into a situation that they rather have not been in. And I don't know if each individual soldier was part of the cog that was in the death machine that was Nazi Party. But as someone who comes from family that was subject to their terror and their attempts of extermination, I feel nothing but upset and remorse for those who grew up in such a system breeding hatred. They were once babies, they were once children. They once had they didn't even have the opportunity to grow up and being loving human beings and learning their fellow man for the contents of their human. They were just taught to hate. They were taught that we should remove those who are different from us, who are considered to be subhuman or beneath us. I don't know if I could ever celebrate the deaths of the Axis forces. I can just only reflect on being upset for them.
The resting place of the vanquished. I spoke to him on the beach, close to where he surrendered his gun, his freedom, and his war to an American tank crew.
And the soldiers, 4 soldiers, so came and looked in these fields, in these pastures, and saw us. Hey boys, come on, let's go. The war's over for you. That's why they shouted.
They shouted that. They were
The Schneider, he wanted to shoot with his pistol on
Your
this
fellow
town.
soldier, he wants to shoot them with his pistol. Yeah.
Yeah, with his pistol.
What did you
And
say
the
to
lieutenant said to him, throw the pistol away. You are crazy.
Yeah.
You can't do with a pistol a tank.
The war was indeed over for Paul, not for his family. His village in eastern Germany became part of Poland. His father, a farmer, was killed by Russian soldiers, his sister raped. But defeat gave Paul, like much of Germany, a new lease of life. He became a prisoner of war
It's
in
amazing.
Scotland
People
and
are
America,
kind of
learned
just
English,
chilling on the
and
beach,
joined the
playing
diplomatic
around.
service. Was he afraid
when
on D-Day?
78 years ago,
Nein.
or when this was made
Mit
75 years
18
ago,
Jahren es
people
war
were
eine neue
at each other's
Situation
throats.
für mich.
Positiv oder negativ?
Jetzt beginnt es endlich, dass wir das hinter uns bringen. I saw these 1,000 ships, and I thought
You knew it was over.
then I should better make peace with America and England, and only keep
I
the
do
Russians
wish
away
that they
from
had a
Berlin,
German interpreter
because
for
my
him,
family was near
so
the
he could
east of
just speak in
Pomerania,
German
and first
and be
came the Russian
natural
there.
You were much
and get
more
his
afraid of the
thoughts
Russians
out a
than the
lot more
Americans.
articulate,
That's what I thought.
because there are going to be
It
people
was time
that
for
believe
Paul
he's
and
just not
Harry to
intelligent.
meet on
which
neutral
Lack
ground.
of English
Café
comprehension
de la
does not
Dive
mean
in
lack of
Kabul.
intelligence.
And I'm so glad to see you and to hold your hand and say, bless you, we are partners. Once we were on a different side, but we are partners together in the rebuilding of the world.
That's why I find very fine.
That's right. And,
That's right.
and I'm just so glad to see you.
We understand each other.
When you were here and you were fighting for survival,
Yeah.
the idea that one day, 75 years later, let alone jumping out of a plane,
Sure.
you would be sitting here with a German former soldier who was on the other side having this conversation.
Not at that time, although my common sense told me that there were people very peacefully minded, and their voices so often were silenced.
What would your advice be to young people? Dein Rat für junge Leute?
Für junge Leute, watch.
Oh, the guy does
look
speak
at,
German.
At the cemeteries where the people died for us. Because we have the peace for 75 years old. Peace, keep the peace, get with you.
And you.
Now we are friends.
We are more than that. We are more than that. We are brothers.
Harry Reid and Paul Golds, brothers and friends.
I personally could not comprehend staring in the eyes of a man that was trying to kill me. But then again, he was not trying to kill him as an individual. He was just fighting against the military. And who knows if one of their bullets went at the other one directly or not. I couldn't imagine for the life of me being in that situation ever. And I hate to say that I'm very cursorily thankful for the invasion of Normandy, because it meant that the rest of my family that was stuck in Poland, in Germany, had the ability to be safe, to flee, to live. And not many of them got that opportunity prior, due to either being in hiding or unfortunately succumbing to various disease, lack of medication, or being captured and sentenced to the camps, if they were so lucky to have gone to the camps and had the chance to survive through the camps. This is a day that weighs heavy on my mind every year, especially over the past two. I do miss you, Grandpa. I'm your local hopeless historian. I'm not gonna shill right now.